Hello everyone and welcome to another Winner Stays On. We're at week 5 and this time we've got two basically brand new faces. We've got FreakinAndy coming in as a one-time champion. He actually dethroned Kapoch last week and he is coming back in as the champion for the very first time. So his name is FreakinAndy, of course. Peak elo of 2647, current elo 2523. Best map is Golden Swamp, known for his hybrid play, and his best civ is Byzantines, very fitting with that Golden Swamp. He is from Austria. And then we got DauT from Serbia, the challenger today, well known in all of Age of Empires too, of course. Very, very big name. He's got a peak elo of 2744, a current elo of 2531, best map being Water Nomad, and his best civ is actually Aztecs. These stats are taken from the rank ladder. We will quickly take a look at their draft before jumping right into the cast here. So real quick, we're gonna check this out. That's gonna be their civ draft. First, we're gonna take a look at what maps will be played. So we'll quickly show that on screen here. The maps will be those of the rank ladders. You got obviously Arena, Arabia, Fortress, Gold Rush, Mega Random, Pacific Islands, and Land Nomad. Those are the maps. And for the civ draft, we are going to be taking a look at that right now. There is the civ draft. So Andy on the left, DauT on the right, and of course this one was picked from DauT. So Andy's got kind of a rogue civ on his team, on his roster. But that's the setup for today, guys. Best of 7, Andy versus DauT. Let's go ahead and hop right into game number 1. So in game number 1, we've got let's quickly restart that one. Reset. There we go. Best of 7. And it should be good. Yeah, awesome. So game 1, we're going to go ahead and fast forward because we're a little bit behind here. We've got Andy playing in the orange as the Georgians, and we've got DauT playing in blue as the Incas. So both civs quite strong. I'm playing from an island on a 10-inch laptop. Oh, it looks like Andy is on vacation, it seems. I had no idea. Okay. I feel like you should have communicated that to us. Alright, he's playing on an island from a 10-inch laptop. Well, we'll see what he can do with that. That might be a little bit more difficult for him. We're going to slow things down, though, as we get to Feudal Age. Both civs, again, pretty damn strong. We don't have time to really analyze the different civs here. I apologize for that, guys. But let's go ahead and see what they're made of in Feudal Age here. Georgians going to open with a stable, very natural for the Georgians. And we have... Ooh, a very interesting approach from DauT, playing as the Incas, going with a 4 militia, kind of a 4 mana arm rush here from him. Very interesting. I think that's definitely a good strat. It's kind of an outdated strat, though, if you think about it. Oh, DauT's kind of sacrificing his eagle there. The Georgian scouts will be healed right back up as well. So Andy definitely with a good start there. Yeah, so it's a 4 militia rush, but it will turn into a mana arm rush with 1 spear coming forward as well. So 4 mana arms, 1 spear. He's basically forcing the Georgian player to switch into an archer range if he wants to deal with this, because it's going to be really hard to fight 4 mana arms plus a spearman if you're only on scouts. I don't care if your scouts are healing. It's going to be pretty tough to fight that off. And now we see a range follow-up from DauT as well. So he is loving the Incas, just going for some walls around his key resources. Look at that. Walling up his gold, walling up his wood. The berries are a bit exposed, but other than that, he's very safe against the Georgian scouts. Andy here, ooh, sorry for zooming in like that. That was a bit weird, but yeah, he's going to go for some quick walls. Thought it could be some trouble, but just quick walls it up. It's all good for him. Then arms will go to the other side, and we do see the archer follow-up from DauT. So yeah, welcome in those who are watching on Twitch. Good to see you guys all coming into the stream. Those watching on the GL YouTube channel, good to have you guys supporting every week. I hope it's been exciting. Hope it's been a fun weekly thing to look forward to here. And I think this is our best week yet between DauT and Andy, to be honest. DauT's like a huge name in the scene. Andy, kind of a rising star as of late. Ooh. Good place from Andy so far. He's keeping the vills alive, not really losing any. To be fair, though, DauT's been playing great with those mana arms so far. Yep, I would say even better play from DauT here. He's been getting some nice hits, and all of his units are still very healthy, so this is like picture perfect. Yeah, guys, I doubt Andy's playing with a trackpad. I'm sure he has a mouse. Playing with a trackpad would be virtually impossible. So he's playing with a mouse, but he's just playing from a laptop, which is obviously not ideal. But let's see what he can do still. It's looking pretty decent on Andy's side anyway so far. We see a range switch from Georgians, which is actually, it's very natural. It makes sense. Like we said at the start, those men-at-arms, you can't really fight them off with scouts. You need to switch into an archer range here to even have a chance to go up against those guys. And the archer range is a good switch because anyways, DauT has a follow-up with the archers and spears. And if you ever thought, you know, of a nice anti-scout strat, I think DauT has it here. I think the men-at-arms spear opening followed up with archers and spears. He's basically saying, you will not clear me. You will not even fight me if you just have scouts, right? Now we see a couple archers, a couple skirms, and an archer from Andy coming in. Looking to push this back. The thing is, he won't clear this army. That's the problem. Like, DauT is actually pulling ahead really nicely in economy. He's not going to clear this army ever. Andy's just going to have to kind of deal with it, kind of push it away. But I don't think you can ever engage into that because the men-at-arms are just so tanky. Not making any more range units. DauT might be thinking about Castle Age behind this. He's got a lot of food in the bank. This is very typical DauT play. Like this, I've seen DauT do this so often with the Incas. Or with any Mesosiv in general. He put a ton of pressure. And then as soon as you're stuck dealing with that pressure, he just uses the market. As you can see, he sold a stone. And he tries to get up to Castle Age as fast as possible. The reason this is such a good strat is that this army from DauT will buy so much time. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Andy cannot engage this army. He has to just poke at it. He's got to thin it down. And like you see, going in and out. Good play from Andy there. And all that takes so much time. So DauT's main intention is actually to buy time with this army. Wait for Andy to, you know, be forced to clear it up. Take as good of a trade as possible. And in the end, it looks like it's, you know, a pretty bad trade. All that army for just 2 scouts. But then behind it, he is about to click up to Castle Age. So it's fairly interesting. And he's already massing his Eagle Warriors, which is the unit he wants to go for in Castle Age. So honestly, I think DauT's in an interesting spot. Like, if he can securely get to Castle Age here, he will destroy Andy with Eagles. But Andy's got a very real window right now where he's got all this army, and DauT looks rather exposed. Like, DauT kind of has nothing here if you think about it. And he sold a stone, so he won't be able to go for a tower. It might have been more wise to just make a tower on the front gold or wall it up or something. DauT's playing a little bit too exposed here for my taste. Let's see. He's got some army. And he only needs to buy a minute and a half worth of time. Okay. He's got to buy a minute and a half for himself. Going up against scouts and skirms. Now, I think Andy's got the army to push through here, to be honest. I think he can definitely take the fight. But I think DauT's well aware of that, and he's going to try to play extra safe here. Adding in a couple spears. Making sure Andy doesn't have enough to just straight up dive him. Andy will use the market himself, get up to Castle Age. Now we see the 3rd barracks from DauT. So kind of just going into this all-in eagle play from the Meso. I really like how DauT played this one. I'm gonna learn from this game myself, honestly. This is a really, really good game. Pressure with the men-at-arms, follow up with the archers, and then just go for the eagles right after. He's gonna hit castle at a like insane time, by the way. Like 1915 Castle Age time after 4 men-at-arms is like unheard of, by the way. This is crazy. DauT takes a fight. Obviously, it's a winning fight for Andy. Andy taking the better trade, but it's good enough for DauT. It did the trick. Let him hold till Castle Age. And there you go. He didn't even need the tower. Didn't lose a single villager. And now has Eagle Warriors on the field. This is absolutely huge. This is a really good start from DauT. And he's going to make a few more scouts. But I think the scouts against the Eagle Warriors, it's not really too hot of a competition. The scouts kind of get rolled. Now we see the Eagle Warrior tech finally come in, giving it a nice little speed boost. Look at this guy just running in and killing some scouts. So nice. And all this army that Andy was forced to make in Feudal Age, it's just getting cleared up. DauT's completely clearing it up. And I feel like behind this, right? Behind this, DauT has 3 barracks. And he's got full map control. And he's going to come forward with his villagers. Oh, Andy's in trouble. Oh, there was a hole. Andy's in big trouble here. What is he going for? Andy's going to go for a couple knights. He's trying to wall up his map. He will be successful on the left side. Still open over here. He does have that back wood line he can move to. This is not the end of the world for Andy. And he will have his church to secure this position. Yeah, I think Andy should be able to survive this. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. But I think with a couple knights here, he could be okay. Knights, of course, do pretty well against eagles. Normally, the ratio is 1 knight can beat 2 eagles. For those who might be curious. Andy's going to deal with this. Send the villas right back. There you go. Even knight actually taking on 3 eagles there. So yeah, for example, here, 2 knights against 4 eagles. The knight should be fine. But obviously, DauT has really cheap eagles, so he's just going to be spamming them out. Not really caring if he loses 1 or 2. Yeah, he is just using them to get the map control. And this is really the big play. The forward monastery is so key to the strat. Because over the last few minutes, Andy has lost 5 vills. And now he has to deal with monks, eagles, and siege outside his base when his economy is already weakened. And I don't know if Andy is in the right shape here economically to deal with this kind of pressure. And DauT has played a beautiful mezzo all-in eagles here. Like, it's not the all-in eagles that's new to me. This is, I've seen all-in eagles happen so often. It's like the best mezzo strat. But what's interesting is how he got to this position. Again, the 4 men at arms to counter the scout opening. Followed up with the range to buy time and force the range from Andy. And then after that, bam, he switches to full eagles. Uses the market to get up there safely as well. Now he's got a ram coming out. And he might have a couple more monks on the way as well. Even switching to pikemen here. Not taking a single risk. He is bringing a few pikes forward. He knows Andy's on pure knight. So, I mean, why not go for a few pikemen? Pikemen would be amazing as well against light cav, potentially. Big engagement here. The pikes are not yet in the equations. This is just pure ego versus knight. Remember, Andy's knight's heal, so he's going to try to pull some back. Ooh, beautiful. Uses a scout to snipe a monk. But I think as soon as the pikes show up, Andy's forced to run away, and this is the window DauT was looking for. Those knights need to heal. They need time to heal. And DauT, I don't think he's going to give Andy that time. He's got 2 rams right away going for the stable. That's 175 wood. That's going to be hard to replace. Andy, yet to even have a blacksmith, by the way. And this push is so strong from DauT, seriously. Monk diving the TC. A little ambitious. Wait. DauT might have overstepped. DauT might have overstepped that. Andy's gonna take the fight. It's gonna be close. Hard to tell who's gonna win this one, but if Andy wins this, he could get himself right back into the game. It's close. Ooh, that Mangonel shot took 2 knights. So random, so random. And Andy gets 1 converted. It looked good, but I think DauT ends up with a better trade there. DauT still has his push alive. It's funny, Andy has enough to clear the push, but it's just the constant reinforcements from DauT. It's been like a steady flow. It's been a really steady flow. Monk will go down. Andy's going to dive in, try to snipe this monk from DauT, but a couple eagles leaking in. And again, the steady flow of reinforcements has been solid. Behind this, DauT's economy, listen, it's not great, but at least it's not getting killed, right? His economy is a bit inefficient, but it's consistent. It's not dying out. It's not getting harassed. Meanwhile, Andy is losing building after building here. And if he gets a knight converted, I think you can just call it here. Oh, gets lucky though, gets lucky, but calls it anyways. GG is there. DauT takes game 1 against the Georgians, by the way. Against the Georgians, that is very reasonable, very big result for him. Georgians are considered, for those who might not be aware, one of the best Arabia civilizations out there. One of the best civilizations in general right now. And for DauT to take the win with the Incas, that felt really strong. That felt pretty impressive. But again, like really well played. I'm going to go back a little bit here. Look how DauT set this up. He's obviously going for militia, right? As soon as he hits feudal age, he sends them forward. Obviously, like, Andy could attack with 1 scout. But if Andy attacks with 1 scout, he's going to be met with walls. DauT had walls around his important resources. So he basically forced Andy to fight the 4 militia, switched into range to force Andy to make a range a bit later. Once Andy makes the range, he's going to be on skirms, right? And then as soon as he sees Andy's on skirms at this moment here, he just goes all out attack with this army. He knows it's going to die. He's not stupid. He knows it's going to die. And behind it, he's already stopping the range production. He already planned to go full eagle. He sold his stone. He has a market. And he's already planning to go up to Castle Age. And by the time he gets Castle Age, look at this. 1910, 1917 Castle Age time. Pushes it all back. And from this position, it's all DauT. Really, really well played. Again, not an easy game against the Georgians. DauT takes the win here. And that is a really good result for him. Let's go ahead and hop into the next one now. All right, taking a look, guys, at game number 2. We've got Land Nomad. Very fun, very fun map. I feel like not seen play often, but I don't think it's a bad map at all. We have Andy playing in the orange as Hunts, and we have DauT playing in blue as the Goths. This time, we're not going to fast forward. We can take a look at the map a little bit. We're caught up to live speed here on the set, and the map is really interesting. They both start obviously completely nomadic. They can basically place their town center anywhere. They can even walk to the corner and place their town center in the corner. Obviously, that's not a very good strat, because the thing is, you want to make your town center as fast as possible usually, and start making villas, because or else you could risk falling behind in villager count if you spend too much time walking, right? So picking the ideal spot is kind of like a secondary thing. Whereas picking a good spot quickly is kind of what the players want to do. And moreover on the map, you got a good amount of deer, a good amount of hunt in general around. You've got golden stone around. You've got some wood, you know, quite a few actually very thick wood lines. But then you've also got a lot of open space that you can fight over. DauT's position looks slightly better to begin here. He's got these 2 really nice wood lines that will help create kind of a wall. A wall right down the center here can just connect so much of the map for DauT. And you can even extend that to the edge. Like you can wall this with stone. You know, you can even wall this. You can secure a good 30% of the map if you're DauT with just a few stone walls, right? Andy's got that Hunnic horse though, which sorry, Andy had that Hunnic horse. He's not too happy about that. Yeah, Andy's not too happy about that one. That was brutal. Sorry, I had to mute my mic real quick. A huge motorcycle just came by and made all kinds of noise. And, well, Andy loses the Hunnic horse, which is basically the #1 advantage that the Huns have. But he's going to send out a villager. Maybe in search of boars? I don't know what he's looking for here. He has the boar down here, so I don't know if he's looking for boars. Maybe looking to lame DauT, kill this deer, but DauT's not too concerned, going to go for the deer on the top. And remember, DauT actually picking the Goths. Goths here have a number of early game bonuses. They have #1, the free loom that comes in, or like the instant loom. Comes in right away, really nice for luring boars. And #2, they have the longer lasting hunt. So taking stuff like ibex, taking stuff like boar. That's going to be all the better for the Goths here. I would even add here, real quick, that the Goths also kind of have the better late game against the Huns. So I feel like Goths have a better early game here, and they have the better late game. It really feels like the Huns have to make something happen in mid game, or else they're going to have a really tough time closing this one out. Let's see, though. Let's see. Another board coming in from Andy. He's got a board back here. Does he know about it, though? Scouting, again, plays a huge role, since it is nomadic. Take a look at DauT, pulling a boar all the way from the corner of the map, and will scout another one. I feel like DauT's experience on Land Nomad is really showing here. Again, DauT's been playing this map for basically 20 years. I remember seeing games of like 15 years ago with DauT playing 4v4s on Land Nomad. And so as far as experience, DauT, the guy to have a lot of experience. He's the guy to definitely know what's going on here. And I think just from the early game scouting, you can definitely tell he knows that he needs to get, you know, a maximum amount of boars. Even sending vills forward here. Interesting. I feel like DauT's definitely feeling pretty happy with Goths here. Again, Andy only has the mid game, I feel like, to where he can do anything in this match. With the Huns, early game it's going to be tough. Might even go up against some infantry. If that wants to play aggressive, he can go for infantry. And that could be kind of tough for Huns to deal with. But I think what DauT might go for here, especially with how many boards he's got. This is like board number 4. But how many boards he's gotten, he can easily just decide to fast castle this one. If he really wanted to.
Nice games today.
Indeed, Edge. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Indeed, nice games today. I'm really excited for it. This is probably our biggest matchup of winner stays on that we've had to date. Coming in on week 5. DauT Andy is a matchup. I mean, I haven't talked too much about the players, right? But like Andy's been a player that's consistently joining top 16 events. Even made his way to a top 10 event with NEC 5. He actually secured, I think, 7th, 8th place there, so it's pretty good for him. And DauT's obviously a guy that's also very consistently in top 16, also quite consistently in top 8s of tournaments, and obviously been playing this game for a long time now. So DauT's got the experience, but Andy's a tricky player. Andy's a solid player. He obviously dethroned Kapoch last week. Ooh, DauT going pretty fast. We did talk about him potentially going infantry. He's got the choice. He's going to go for a barracks. Although this seems like a late barracks for infantry. I think this might indicate just a few spears. A few spears from DauT just to control the map. Remember, Land Nomad is not so much like a standard Arabia game where you know what you're going to go for, you know how you're going to open. Land Nomad is a lot about just gathering information, seeing what your opponent's doing, what your opponent's going for, where your opponent is. At this point, obviously, both players know where everyone is, and DauT's going to go with a stable. Wouldn't be surprised if he makes a couple spears. I think that's definitely the way to go here. Also wants double bid-axe. Yeah, double bid-axe coming in. No spears yet. Interesting. I feel like other players, for example, like MBL, would have 1-2 spears for sure on the map already. Maybe even more. DauT just, feels like he wants to go with a stable. Ooh, oh, this is nice. And he goes stable range right away. So interesting. Blind stable range. This is crazy. This is potentially really good or really bad. It depends on how you look at it. Like, if it does damage, and that is bringing out 1 spear at least. If he's able to do damage with this opening, he is getting to the best comp in the game in Feudal Age, which is archers and scouts. That is the strongest overall comp you can go for. Thing is, if he doesn't find damage, it's a lot of investment into 2 different unit types. And, you could easily just risk doing too much and getting very little out of it. Meaning you're going to slow yourself down to castlage, to other important checkpoints in the game. Also, it is worth noting, Andy's economy is quite fragile. He doesn't have a lot of food left. He's got one more sheep. They need to rely on the hunt at the back. Maybe start farming. That being said, DauT's forced to make a range himself. So, like, both players going to end up on a stable range anyways. And he's got 1 spear, a couple archers, basically forcing DauT to go skirms. I have to say, though, I really like DauT's position here. He has more res collected so far than Andy, as you can see in the bottom right. He seems to have the initiative on the map with the scouts, and he seems to have the right defense here with the skirms. Ooh, sloppy from Andy. Sloppy from Andy there, getting kind of slapped up there a little bit. And Andy loses a villager. Big opening for DauT. I'm telling you guys, this guy knows what he's doing on Land Nomad. Alright, Horse Collar coming in from Andy. Pretty good. This is going to be hard to hold, though. Remember when I said the Archer Scout is the best composition? Right now, Andy's not really on Archer Scout. He's on Archers and half a Scout. So he doesn't have a lot in his name at the moment. Whereas DauT has a good amount of scrims and scouts. So even though DauT's composition is like on paper weaker than Andy's composition, Andy doesn't have a composition right now. He just has only archers. And obviously the scrims will easily deal with archers, and then the scouts from DauT are kind of left to roam around. And he's trying to get the scout numbers up, but it's just a food issue. He doesn't have a lot of food left over. The hunt, it's not paying for a lot right now. He's got most of his economy just on wood. Ooh, somewhat sloppy from DauT. This is typical from DauT. Like I've been talking him up a little bit, but sometimes it's good to point out some flaws that he's got. I feel like sometimes he just takes bad fights or like just some bad engagements. Not all the time. And for example, this is probably looking like a good engagement for DauT. But sometimes he is... I've spoken to him about this before. He does take some bad engagements here and there. Can be a little sloppy with his army. A bit, not necessarily sloppy. Sometimes just a bit careless. That's not the case here, though. The case here is that he takes a decent fight, and he is just going to win straight up because he's got the better position economically than Andy. Andy's economy is in shambles. This is the quickest 2-0 we've seen in a long time here. 18 minutes. And DauT just gets the win. Insane stuff. Insane stuff. Damn, I feel bad now. I was like criticizing DauT for taking some damage on the scouts. And then he just wins the game like 30 seconds later. Bad timing on that from my end. But yeah, as you can see, it's simply just not... Yeah, it's simply just not worth it for Andy to get to like Archer Scout if you can't get the scouts out. I mean, take a look at 500 wood in the bank, no space to even farm. Maybe he could have considered a tower, something to slow down the pressure. But this just seemed very one-sided so far. DauT's doing really, really nicely back home as well. Love to see it. Well, 2-0 DauT, guys. 2-0 DauT. All right, guys, hopping into game number 3. Once again, Andy's home map. He's yet to take a point from DauT. It's 2-0 DauT currently, but we're not going to count out Andy so quick here. He's playing in orange as the Hindustani, and his opponent's going to be DauT playing in blue as the Portuguese, and the map is going to be Gold Rush. We've seen this map before on the series, and it actually provided a really good game. It was Andy Kapoch. Andy did win that one with a very nice defense in the center with a church. Of course, in that series, he was using the Georgians. In this case, though, he's got the Hindustani. Still a very good civ for a map like Gold Rush, but I can't help but notice that DauT has one of the best civilizations with a lot of gold, the Portuguese. If Portuguese can get to infinite gold, right, they have all gold units at a 20% discount, meaning that all of those, Cavalier, Arbalest, Bombard Cannons, the strongest units in the game, at 20% discount with infinite gold, that combo is basically unstoppable. Something else I want to point out from the Portuguese, their unique unit, the Organ Gun. Very hard unit to stop. You almost have to go into something specialized to counter it, like Redemption Monks, for example. Maybe a couple Mangonels. In Castle Age, it basically has no generic unit to counter it. You can't counter it with camels. Light Cav's not going to cut it. Infantry, forget about it. Archers, you might trade okay. Organ Gun's super deadly. I don't know if DauT's going to go for that. Obviously, he does have that forward stone. So it is a bit risky to go for that, but it is always an option. Excuse me, it is always an option that he's got in his back pocket. Scoob, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the stream, my brother. Over on the other side, I want to take a look at Andy's map. We're really kind of rooting for Andy to get a point here. If you're an Andy fan especially. You don't want to see the guy go down 0-3 here. It's going to be rough for the mentals. But if you can get a little wall off on the right side, maybe a little wall on the left side, your map is very good. Safe woodland at the back, pretty safe golds, like well-positioned golds. Bad stone and berries, though, that could be pretty bad. So I would say Andy's got like a mediocre map. In comparison, DauT's map, really nice back berries. Actually going for mill first, interesting. Yeah, mill first is definitely interesting. With the Portuguese, gets you a lot of wooden food early on. That can mean big things for DauT. DauT also has a decent woodline at the back here if he really wants it. Safe gold as well. DauT's map is looking fantastic. Only danger is obviously that forward stone and the 2 stones forward. Civ-wise, I feel like Portuguese are really good, but, I talked about the Portuguese. Let's talk up the Hindustani real quick, though. Hindustani are still one of the best civs in the game, just flat out, right? I don't see them as a civilization specialized for Gold Rush, though. In the sense that, like, Hindustani are not necessarily, like, their strong points aren't necessarily to take control of a position and hold it, right? When it comes to, like, the strategy on Gold Rush. But I think Hindustani are just really good on open, long-range, long-distance maps. They have nine range hand cannoneer to look forward to. They've got a great economy. They've got solid light cav camo play. And they also have all the tools they need, like Redemption Monks. They've got, you know, decent siege. At all stages of the game, I think Hindustani has something on the field that can put in work. They've also got the unique unit, the Gulam. Gulam will destroy basically anything Archer Skirm related. It will absolutely destroy it. It'll also destroy Halbs. So Gulam is like pretty good as a solid trash killer, for example. We're still early for that. Both players going to be clicking up at around the same time, by the way. I'd love to see it. Portuguese coming a little earlier just because Loom comes in quicker. 2 lumber camps for DauT and 2 lumber camps for Andy. Very similar opening here. Take a look. You even have a little wall off with a relic there. I feel like walling with the relic is always a bit risky. Your opponent comes in and snags it and then sends in the army. Could happen. Probably not with this relic, though. This relic is tucked in the back. Ooh, I like what Andy did here. Andy actually skipped Loom, right? Yeah, Andy skipped Loom. I like that usually. Get yourself a Vill ahead, but it could be risky. Yeah, like if DauT kills a Vill here, this could be really bad for Andy. Get the trap, maybe. Get the trap. Ooh, yeah, that was not worth for Andy. DauT gets the Vill and gets out. Andy's gonna stick onto no Loom though. He is committed to no looming this one out. DauT gets a Vill. Andy goes now for a stable. Behind it, DauT's also going for a stable himself. I feel like a stable as Portuguese is, I don't know, it's not something you see very often, right? Normally, they'd go for a range, get into the gold units as fast as possible. But that being said, I've seen a stable here and there from Portuguese. It's not bad. The idea is you take advantage of the faster, you know, wood food gatherer from the berries. More resources early, let's get off to a good scout rush. Andy's going to go ahead and chop down that scout from DauT and simply run away. So, gets that scout back, so loses a Vill, but it's fine. He's up 1 scout. I think DauT will happily take that trade, though. Being up a Vill is much better at this rate. Whose tournament is this? This is my tournament. Well, I don't know if you can call it a tournament, but I have a weekly series. Winner stays on. It's meant to give players in the top 100 some weekly money to fight for. Keep the rank ladder somewhat competitive, and give everyone a fair chance to play at you know, with some stakes on the field. And we cast it. We enjoy the games every week on Wednesdays. Andy's walls are like kind of like a zigzag. Look how it looks like a mini map. It looks a bit strange. It basically did it as close as possible to his base, which I think is a good idea, by the way. I mean, it's kind of give and take. If he made the walls to the edge, he gets more space, but then it's also harder to defend. But he's got stone, he's got gold, all safe inside his base. His base is looking real nice. And you know what? He lost a villager, but he never got Loom. So, to be honest, he's not really behind a Vill right now, if you think about it. I love the structure. I like that it's on ladder maps. Of course. Again, I'm one of those guys. I think, guys, the ranked ladder is super important. The health of the ranked ladder is super important for competitive AoE too. Whatever I can do to kind of help push the ranked ladder, I will. Obviously, I already play it like 10 hours a day. But if I can put some incentive for others to also play it, that would be nice. Nice little spear engagement there from Andy. I feel like right now, there's a bit of a disconnect between tournaments and everyone else, right? Like tournaments, we play on custom maps, we play off stream. You can't, like, sometimes you play 9 start. A lot of the public, they see that and they can't replicate it themselves. You can't just jump in and play the same maps easily, unless you have a group of friends and you get the maps instead of private games. But what I like about this setup is you get to see a weekly competition from the best players. And they're playing on rank ladder maps. You can get inspiration yourself. You can see, oh, hey, that went freaking Portuguese on Gold Rush. I'm going to try the same thing, you know? Maybe I'll try going, you know, scouts into archers myself here. See what I can do. It feels more close to the average player. And I really like that. I really like that. Andy's committed to this Wolf Rush. This is so funny. He said this is the second spearman he sent. And DauT is fully walled. So I'm not sure why he's taking these wolves, but he seems committed for some reason. DauT, again, we'll just ignore all that. He's going to bring his archers and scouts forward. He's going to try to make something happen. Again, Andy is walled, so I don't think DauT's going to get big damage, but just some small poke can be nice. This is really awkward. 6 wolves just outside of DauT's base. That must be a little bit, you know, a little bit intimidating, a little bit scary. Great Nature, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the stream, yeah, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sorry, I kind of slurred my words there. I want to say, hey man, I really appreciate it. Then I kind of just said whatever. DauT's gonna break in. He's gonna force a tower. This is crazy. So much damage for just a little bit of army, a little bit of investment. DauT's already up to castle edge. Dude, this is something I'm really loving from DauT. He's the kind of guy that just puts a little bit of investment into army, then goes very aggressive with it, and then just goes up to castle right away. He doesn't make more. He's only now starting to produce more archers. He paused production to get up to castle edge with the market.
Thanks for the great content on Twitch and YouTube.
You're welcome, Ellendale. Appreciate the 4 months. I really want to talk about this for a second. This is not normal. No one else does this. This is really something special for DauT. He actively pauses the production of archers so he can get a faster click up to castle edge with the market. And so he's going to have 3 or 4 less archers. But he's going to be in castle edge a minute earlier. And honestly, dude, this is ridiculous. 18-minute castle edge. Going scouts into archers with Portuguese. That is... Andy cannot compete with this time. Andy's never seen times like this, I feel like. It's going to be an 18-10 castle edge time. This is really something special from DauT. And you'll see what it's going to do. If DauT's able to get his army, the army from home with the army that's forward... You can group them together here, get cross with Watkin. He could be in a good position. The thing is, Andy has bloodline scouts. So Andy might be able to clear this up. I'm serious. At the risk of over talking up DauT, you know, I don't want to give credit where it's not due here. But I think the credit is definitely due here for DauT because again, nobody plays like this. He gets a minute faster castle edge time than your average top player. And Andy's suffering in that minute. He now has farms denied. DauT's just going to go right in. Again, this army might get cleared up, but he's just getting as much damage as possible. He's forcing fights. He wants Andy to fight him before Andy gets upgrades. So Andy's trades here might not be as good as they could be. Definitely a reasonable clear up for Andy, though. But right away, the next army is already here. And this time, it's not scouts and crossbows, it's crossbows and knights. It's got much stronger. And that gate is just asking to die, by the way. Love what I just saw there from DauT. Now he's setting up his economy. It's a 1TC economy. He's actually adding in a second stable. And look at the wolves. The wolves are coming in from this side. That's so funny. As soon as you open up, the wolves come in. But DauT is, of course, ready to deal with them. Now, this is really interesting. DauT's going for a mill. He's setting up more economy. Still on 1 town center. Adding the second stable. He wants to play crossbow knights. This is the killer of camel civs, by the way. Most camel civs, Byzantines, Hindustani, Gujaras, they die to double gold comps like this in Castle Age. And then when I say die, it's not like Andy's dead. Andy's actually taking a very defensive position here. Going second DC, going monastery. Big credit to Andy. I feel like he's doing the right steps to survive this. He's keeping this game going. And it looks like he's losing because he's getting attacked. But remember, I always say this. Just because you're getting attacked, it doesn't actually mean that you're losing. Now we see a third town center from Andy. You could even consider Andy, within the next 5 minutes, he can get to a very winning position. All he has to do is hold this pressure. Again, easier said than DauT. Sorry, easier said than done. That was actually not on purpose. And now we have DauT going for some stone. Looking to maybe follow up with a castle after all this pressure. Couple monks coming out now to heal. I feel like this tower is really proving to be solid on defense for Andy, because it helped him out in feudal age, but it's also helping him out in castle age. Keeping that gold, that precious gold safe, it's really nice. And that town center is now keeping the stone safe. Ooh, but Andy can't be losing vills like this. One vill down. And the knights are going in. Ooh, DauT's not just going in a little bit. He's going all the way in. And he's going to be able to pick up that scorpion nice and quick. There it is. And DauT might just run back out. There we go. Ooh, Andy's going for an ambitious quick wall. That's not going to work. Those guys got to get tucked back in. And you know what? DauT losing only one knight by getting a scorp, I think that's worth it for DauT. Honestly. He's still in a good position. Still in a commanding position outside of Andy's base. Andy's getting out a couple camels. Doing what he can to keep this safe. Monkey Chow, thanks to the gifted sub, man. Really appreciate it. Now we have a forward siege workshop. For those who don't know, that alert, that notification you just heard, that is me doing a boar impression. Again, very accurate, as I'm sure you guys are well aware of how a boar sounds like. Sounds exactly like that. Definitely nailed that one. Now we have a forward siege from DauT. And I think this is the setup before the castle drop. I think DauT's final play here is going to be to go for a castle forward. But he's kind of just chilling for now. He doesn't want to go right away with the castle forward. He wants to kind of take his time and then go for it later on. A couple of scorpions out in the field now. Gonna keep this close to the town center. This time it's different though. Yeah, DauT cannot dive those scorpions. This time it's a different scenario. Andy has the two monks and he's got the camels. So if DauT went in there, if DauT was a rookie and just dove in there, DauT would have got cleared up and the game would be over on the spot. Just to show you guys how volatile this game could be, even the aggressor can lose a fight and lose the game on the spot. It doesn't always have to be the defender that takes a bad fight. Sometimes the aggressor can get a little bit over-aggressive. And it can end up costing him. Nice little light cav raids. I love this a lot from Andy. Using the spare light cav that he had, he healed those up. 5 minutes ago, he healed those up. And now he's using them to kill some vills on the stone. 2 vills down already, maybe even one more. Love to see it from Andy. That's so huge, because now DauT's forward castle plans, oh, they're out the window. It's going to be way harder to get a forward castle now. And Andy's simply going to run away. Oh, that's frustrating. Andy goes for a defensive castle. Oof. Will this get denied? I don't like this castle. I honestly don't like this castle at all. Yeah, Andy's like forcing it up, but this castle is just in the corner of the map. I don't think it's doing much to contest the gold in the center, which at the end of the day is the point of the map. This castle does secure the stone. Andy's gonna try to commit to this one. Camels on the right. A couple scorpions coming in. Decent shots from the scorps, but they will die to the mangonel. Castle looks like it will go up in the end. But Andy had to take a bad fight to get this one up. And you know what? He's even losing a few more vills. This is actually terrible. 98%. It's going to go up. But again, at what cost? He had to take such a bad fight there. Lost a bunch of vills. And in the end, like, he gets the castle up. He clears DauT's army. But I just feel like he took a lot of damage there. DauT has more vills now. Yep. DauT has more vills now. And I feel like this reset helped DauT more than anything. It's still not over for Andy, obviously. It's not like, oh, you know, really bad fight, game ends. It's still very close. I just feel like it could have been better for Andy. Oh, that's not good. Couple mangonels there. forcing Andy back. Andy wants a castle in the center. That's what he wants right now. The thing is, it's going to be hard to do that with DauT is so established in the middle with knights and mangonels. And the trades are looking better and better for for DauT here. Andy's kind of just chucking units in, not really caring too much about them. 3 TC play from Andy so far. And DauT, yeah, DauT's going to go for the forward castle. It's going to come down to the wire, though. I think Andy will not let him get a castle. If DauT goes too far forward, yeah, this is too far forward. Andy will counter castle. This is about to get real spicy. But Andy's missing 10 stone, which is really random. He sees the villas now. This is Andy's perspective. This is what Andy sees. I think DauT is throwing this. DauT does not have the army to fight this. Camel's on the field. Yeah, that's an abandon. DauT is going to abandon. Andy's got the monks set up, guys. He gets a couple more conversions, and he's going to push all of this back. DauT, what are you doing here, buddy? DauT's going to go for a castle at the back. Andy's now the guy who's going to go for a forward castle. Oh my goodness. This is looking rough. He's not using his villas to block the foundation. Andy's going to drop it here. DauT's getting a castle with 5 villas. Andy does not know about this castle. No way. I don't believe this. Andy doesn't know about this castle. And DauT's sending more villas. This is crazy. Andy spots it. Andy, man, stop chasing those villas. Oh, God. How did DauT get this up? Wait, DauT. No. Yeah, just make it, man. Make it. We'll think about the next castle later. This game took a turn for the weirdest. Like, honestly, I don't even know who this favors. Like, DauT has the middle castle now, which is pretty good, right? It's not bad. But Andy feels like he's got, like, I don't know, better economy, cleaner economy. DauT lost quite a few villas there trying to go forward. Man, oh man. This is quite the game. Andy's trying to dive in deep. Remember, these town centers have Botkin era, so it's going to be hard to raid them. DauT's going to go for organs. Feels like Imperial Age is going to be the next step. Imperial Age lets you get Trebs out. Let's get bombard cannons out. I feel like that's the next step for both of these players. And he's going to try to yoink some of this gold in the center. He finished the gold in his base completely, right? Yeah, I think all the gold is finished in his base. And so he's going to just rely on the gold in the front, the middle. He's cleared up all of DauT's aggression. Now has to worry about organ guns, though. Organ guns can be super annoying. I think you might need to go Redemption Monks, but Andy just wants Imperial Age, nothing else. And you know what? If he gets Imperial Age first, that could be very good for him. It'll mean hand cannons could come out earlier. Bomber cannons could come out earlier. It could actually just scare DauT off the center as well. But for the time being, Andy actually completely abandoned the gold. He's not even gonna try to take some gold, which is why I feel like this castle from Andy was not good. Like, it doesn't really protect any gold, which feels weird. Like, it's Gold Rush. How are you gonna make a castle that doesn't protect a single pile of gold? So here's the deal. Andy's going to be up to 30 seconds before DauT, but DauT has the hill. Now, what do we factor as a higher value here in these imp wars? I'm not sure. It's going to be close. By the way, thank you, Monos, for the raid. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Serta, for the tier 1 for 4 months as well. Welcome in, everyone. This is, of course, Winner Stays On. DauT against Andy. Andy's the current champion, but he's down 0-2. This game is looking okay for him, though. I would say it's looking better for him than it is for DauT. He's got better economy. Potentially the better late game civ, although that's kind of, hard to say. And he's up to imp 30 seconds faster, but I think the hill from DauT is looking real solid. Those organ guns, man, I don't know. I don't know how we're stopping them for Team Andy right now. Again, this is what Gold Rush is about. You get the middle, you hold the hill, and you take gold. Simple as that. And it's a really snowbally map. Like, if we're in the center, right? And we have all the gold, we can then trade with our gold army. Even if it's inefficient, it doesn't matter because we have, like, virtually infinite gold. So our opponent not only has to push up a hill, they have to push up a hill against infinite gold. Can be a very daunting task. Look at the organs on the field. Such a fun unit. Such a sick unit. I want to see Campbell try to run in and take the fight, honestly. Organs are so strong right now. I don't even know if I want to call them overpowered. It's hard to say. Because they have some weaknesses, and they are, like, somewhat expensive. But they feel like they're close to overpowered, you know what I mean? They just feel so unfair half the time. If you don't have the right response, they feel so unfair to go up against. I want to see Andy try to go for him. Oh, Andy's going in. He's got the elephant in the front. That's so smart. That elephant might actually win him the fight. The camels in the back are getting absolutely shredded, though, by the organs. To close in the gap, the elephant in the front is tanking everything. Dude, that guy's a savage. That guy's a savage. Andy's going to win the fight because of the elephant. That is ridiculous. Yep. A lot of the camels got shredded initially, but the elephant tanked so much. Love to see it there. That might be the secret. Both players rush to get chemistry. DauT gets it faster because he's Portuguese, so even though he got up to imp slower, he gets the faster chemistry. And that's going to mean bomber cans can come out. He can go for... What? DauT goes Cavalier? No way. I would have expected gunpowder. I would have expected bomber cannons. He decides, since he cannot fight gunpowder against Hindustani, right? He knows that Andy's going to go gunpowder. And even though Hindustani have the best camels in the game, DauT's going to go Cavalier. Because he knows that Andy won't be on camels. Wow. Amazing. Matt, physics and fitness. Thanks to the Prime sub. Damn, I wonder what his interests are. I have no idea. Hello, Matt. Hey, for the record, Matt, I took a physics class 3 times in college, eh? The same one, the same class. I just liked it so much. Took it 3 times, just for fun. Only passed it on the 3rd time, but... that's a minor detail. Cast on the right side again. These raids are not bad from Andy. I think if you're gonna win this game, it's probably gonna be from these raids. 2 castles in the center. I just feel like Andy, he's gonna have like 1 big push in him. I don't know if it's gonna be enough though. He does have everything he needs, I would say. He's got 9 range hand cannoneer. I think he needs siege engineers. Maybe the last tech he's missing here. Siege engineers can be, you know, the way back in. Bomber cannon has extra armor as well, by the way, for Hindustani. The Cavalier switch is, I think it's going to catch Andy completely off guard. And even if he wanted to go camels, right? Here's the thing. This is why it's so smart from DauT. Even if Andy wanted to go camels, he doesn't have the gold for that, right? He can't just make camels for free if he wants to. The Cavalier are not that good against gunpowder, though. They're like pretty good, but the gunpowder can kite against them. Okay, we can't be fighting like this. Andy, wake up. Okay, I have to wake him up because he's fighting downhill against organs. The Cavalier are coming. That's not what you want to be doing. He's got the monks, though. He's got the monks. Andy is awake, though. Ooh, DauT just goes in. Interesting decision. Just gonna go in? Okay. He's gonna just take out those monks. Does not want to deal with those guys. Is this live? Yep, this is live. We only cast live games on this channel. DauT's now the guy pushing in. Ooh. 9 range hand cannoneer. They're very good against bomber cannons. Andy snipes 1. He's going to snipe a 2nd. Yep, gets it. Andy also has nice siege engineers push on the bomber cannons now. This is Andy's one shot to get back in. This is his 1 shot. Can he take it? It's going to be difficult though. Remember, he's pushing uphill. And as he runs back, he has a little hill, but he's going to even have to give that up. It's really tough to say, but I feel like DauT's trading good enough. He doesn't have the score lead, but my god, does it look good for DauT right now. He's just sending in gold unit after gold unit. This is what I was talking about earlier. You have to push uphill and you have to push versus gold units. And DauT doesn't care. He's sending in Cavalier like they're fries at McDonald's. He's got so many of them. He doesn't even care if one falls on the ground. He's just sending them in. He's got so much coming in. Just spamming the Cavalier. Look at the center gold control here. Take a look. Just absolutely abusing the gold in the center. Going for another castle now. More stables. And he's completely out of gold. Now, if you're going to tell me Andy's going to push this back with no gold, I'd call you crazy. And I'd be correct to do that because Andy taps out. He lost the score lead. He's fighting gold units. DauT's got control and in his base. And DauT can do this all day. That's what Gold Rush is about. I cannot believe this game virtually came down to a castle that Andy didn't spot. Like, remember this moment here? Where after Andy pushes it back, Andy just didn't spot the castle till now. He had the army to stop this. This is how close Andy was to winning the game. Let's go back a little bit more. Right here, Andy had the army. He just didn't spot the castle. He didn't think that was crazy enough to just drop the castle in the center with no army to protect it. So DauT took the risk of the century here, it seems. And it just paid it off. By the time Andy spotted it, it was too late. Andy actually abandoned, even though he was the guy with army. I've never seen something like this, to be honest. So crazy. DauT led him away with the vills, and Andy took the bait wholeheartedly. DauT gets the castle. Fast forward to the end. That's the castle that won him the game. Crazy how that works. Well played, DauT. 3-0, boys. Statistically speaking, DauT is the underdog in this matchup because as far as ELO and tournaments goes, they have very similar stats. And Andy's the champ. We gave a very, very minor advantage to DauT anyways. He only got to pick Andy's last civ, and Andy doesn't even have to play that civ in the series. So it's a very minor advantage to DauT in the draft. But on Winner Stays On, there's always some kind of advantage for the underdog. Or in this case, the challenger. As the champion, you gotta beat people, even if they have somewhat of an advantage. You gotta prove yourself to be the champion. Alright, let's take a look. Andy with Byzantines. Map is mega random. DauT in the blue with Persians. I like that they don't change colors. It's been orange-blue the entire series, which feels good. Map is mega random. Let's take a look at the map here. This one's looking like a pretty nice generation. Tons of golden stone. I'm just noticing this. Tons of golden stone for both these guys on their main islands. In the center, there's one crossing that leads from one island to the next. And if you wall that up, you're going to be completely safe. But aside from that, you have a lot of water. A lot of very nice water that you can go for. So it's like a water map with a lot of gold and stone. Later on, this could turn into a very, very choke pointy game. I could just imagine like a lot of fire ships trying to control this passage, some galleons, and then like Paladin trying to run in, maybe some Savar trying to run in from DauT. Something like that could be insane. No boars to begin. Yeah, that's a good observation. No boars on the map. So Andy's going to be luring in a lot of deer. Imagine DauT's doing the same. You kind of have to, right? Sorry, there's a dog in the background. I apologize. Hope you guys can't hear that too loud. There's been so much background noise today. I'm going to close the window, actually. Maybe that helps a little bit. Okay, I just know what happened. For those interested, there were 3 dogs outside. And I think they were beefing with some cat, to be honest. Or like some bird. I don't know what was happening. Some weird, like, animal, territorial stuff outside. Not something I concern myself with. I like the difference in approaches here. DauT goes for a corner dock. Andy goes for as far forward as possible dock. Andy wants to fight, and DauT's trying to hide. I feel like hiding is better, though, honestly. I feel like keeping your fish hidden is just so nice. Oh, and DauT opened with a dock. True, I didn't even notice that. DauT started with a dock, and then goes to the lumber camp later, and he actually finds himself 300 res ahead because of that. Wait, that's crazy. It's that good to do this? Wait, this is crazy. Why is he up 300 res? Just because he started with a dock? That is wild. I guess Persians do start with an extra 100 res. Okay, but Andy's catching up. I guess he was just hunting like some deer or something. Yeah, the Persians 100 res to start. Yeah, still quite a nice opening though. He's gonna be up a good amount of res here. Yo, Goat Cheesy, thanks for the prime sub, welcome. That's gonna be up quite a good amount of res. It's gonna be at faster to fuel as well. Not sure if he's gonna decide to play water or land here. You could play land and sneak through early and make this as messy of a game as possible, or you could decide to just play pure water. Both are valid approaches. Yeah, okay. DauT's gonna go for the land approach here. I think the reason he's gonna go for that is because he doesn't want to fight Byzantine on water. I think Byzantine with the faster shooting fire ships, a really strong bonus. Probably not something you want to engage with. So instead, he's just going to go ahead and fight on the land. Which honestly is not that much better. Like, Byzantines on land are great. They're going to have cheaper spears as well that they can go for. But DauT's going to be faster to feudal. I made a video about this. I recorded it this morning. Power spikes. Top 5 power spikes, how to use them. And one of them is fast to feudal with a scout and then taking the engagements and then winning it. And now Andy has no scout and DauT has a scout. Simple as that. You get such a big lead off that as well. It's ridiculous. Really nice to see. Who drew the logo? That's sick. It was done by the Gamer Legion guys. Gamer Legion's been helping me out. That's why if you guys want to catch any of these sets, they're on the Gamer Legion YouTube channel. You can check them in. If you miss anything, if you want to go back and watch anything, you can check out the series on the GL YouTube channel. You can find the link, !GL on Twitch. You can find the link there. And for those watching on YouTube, thank you for supporting the channel. Gamer Legion's been big help for this. Now we see 2 docks now from Andy. We see a stable into a range from DauT. DauT is not revealing his intention to play land before he's got the range switch down. DauT, notice he's just one step ahead of Andy. Look at Andy. Andy's going to see the scouts and go for a barracks, right? And make some spears. Bingo. DauT's one step ahead. He knows the barracks will come. He knows the spears will come. He's already planning to go archers as a follow-up. I'm telling you, it's not a coincidence that DauT is up 3-0. It's not a coincidence that 25 years after, or let's say 20 years after his career started, that DauT is still competing at the top. It's not a coincidence. He's just the kind of guy that is always one step ahead of his opponents and always knows what to do. And he's going to go for some quick walls. And this looks impressive, and it looks like it's good. And it is. It is somewhat impressive. You know, good quick walls from Andy. He's going to bring out some spears. All of this dies to archers. Andy has to keep his galleys here in the center to make sure the DauT can't come across with archers. This could be really good. This galley here patrolling can be really good. DauT's going to walk into it. And that's so solid from Andy. Yep, that's perfect. There we go. And it's like I said earlier, Andy been playing this game for 20 years. He knows exactly what to do. Got the galley there perfectly. Really nice play from him, man. Nice, got the spears to defend as well. Good stuff, Andy. Good stuff. It's clean when you pull out the good moves too. We give credit to both players on this channel. Whoever does good and gets rewarded. And now the fire ships will control the crossing, and now the range is down. So Andy found the solution. DauT was trying to think one step ahead, but in the end, it was actually Andy that found the solution to the problem. Fire galleys controlling the shore, not letting the archers come across, and the spears to the walls is all you need to defend. Andy also won the water, but, you know, behind this, DauT has a good economy. He's going to get wheelbarrow now. His economy's been pretty untouched. He doesn't have the fish like Andy does, but at least has some good workers on the land. DauT should have snuck a Ville forward. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good suggestion from the chat. If DauT snuck a Ville forward and made the archery range forward, I think that would have been Galaxy Brain. Sneak a Ville before the galleys are there, get the forward range down, and then play scouts from home into forward archery range. I think that would be insane. I think that would be insane. Oh, DauT's gonna try to force this one. Oh my goodness. He loses 3 scouts to get 4 archers across. That cannot be worth it. Especially when Andy's ready with archery range already. I can't believe DauT went for that play, to be honest. That was so risky. It feels like DauT does anything to get the aggression early. It really feels like that's something he goes for. And then behind it, he's gonna go for water play. It almost feels like DauT went for that just to secure this water, like, transition. And to keep Andy from really focusing on the water. It sounds dumb, but, like, I've seen it in game 1 as well. DauT attacks with Feudal Army just to set up the next play. Like, he went in here fully knowing this army will die, but it doesn't matter for him. That being said, I think Andy is not taking any damage from this. So I think it's good play from Andy so far. He's, like, completely doing well. He's got 9 fishing ships on the field. So taking a good amount of economy from that water. It's going to be a huge boost to getting to castle earlier. And there it is, already clicked up. Going to be clearing up that feudal army. Again, I don't think DauT's too concerned about that. He seems to just not care about feudal army. Wants to transition to castle age. Get in some water units on the field. Ooh, wow. DauT getting creative, using the mill for a shorefish. You even have another shorefish here. That's really nice natural food income. I love that. I really enjoy that. Thing is, like, Andy's up to castle age. Doesn't have a lot of land army, but earlier castle age could get him some water advantage. Most of the fight in early castle will happen on the water by the looks of things. So both players committing to that. 7 spears on the field for Andy. Is he going to use those to just help on the water? He could if he really wanted to. For those who don't know, spears get an attack bonus versus ships for some reason. I guess they're poking holes into the ship. Something like that could make sense. But spears do have a quite a decent attack bonus against ships. And it gets even better. Halberdiers melt ships. It's ridiculous. Now 15 seconds to go for castle age. Andy's looking to boom. Gonna drop a TC here. Oh, that's messy. Oh, that's so messy. I hate that. That honestly just gives me OCD. I absolutely hate that. And now we see a monastery in the front. So 1 TC, 1 monastery, wood upgrade, bow saw, and war galley. Okay, that's pretty good. So he's getting a little bit of everything. A little bit of economy, a little bit of military, and a monastery, and some utility. Okay. Demo coming in from DauT. Very unimpressive. Another demo coming in. Ooh, much more impressive. He needs more of those demos, but Andy's got one of his own. Oh, this could be a really big demo. Nope. Not going to be a big one, but still decent. DauT could get some big demos here. What's DauT going to do? He just hit castle age. Why do I hate that TC? No, I just hated how the vills were bumping before building it. That gives me... Yeah, it gives me a very bad feeling. Okay, crossbow opening. DauT's doing all kinds of weird things. He's just gonna go crossbow. And... I guess he's gonna be good enough to clear the pikes. And he's gonna fight the water at the same time. Okay. Yeah, big demos now from DauT. Big demos coming out. Wow, that was a 1 for 4 demo. It's kind of hard to get excited for demos when it's water units, though, because, like, water units bumping into water units is just not that exciting. I like demos when they hit land units. I think that's what gets me excited. Dude, Andy's just camping the crossing. Andy's like, if you want to fight, come to me. Meet me in the center. Bring what you got, and let's just fight. Straight up. Andy's got a good economy behind it. I feel like Andy's just winning. He is just winning in every metric right now. I don't think it's over for DauT. DauT, you know, he's doing okay. He's got 2 town centers. Still got a ton of res on his island. A lot can happen from this position, but so far, yeah. Byzantines controlling the middle. Can't go wrong with that. Now, yet again, running through the crossing. This has just not been working out. Wow. Wow. 6 crossbows dead. Why would DauT even go for that? That's so strange. I feel like he's just trying to force it down the center, and it's not been working out. It's the 3rd time. It just doesn't work out for him. And he's got all of these fishing ships as well. I mean, it's pretty inefficient at this point. Look how far they're gonna travel just to take some food. That's fair enough, right? But like the thing is, it's a nice boost. It's something extra that Andy has over DauT. DauT's gonna go for the 3rd town center. Same timing, Andy goes for his own. Both players are gonna continue to boom it up. And it looks like DauT might just go ahead and lose these docks now. He could try to hold on to them as much as possible with some demos. Might be the way to go. Thing is now, Andy with the army he's been just massing on defense, you can just walk forward with it. And I know what you're thinking. It's like, you know, Monk, Mangonel, this is hardly an army. Thing is, monks are actually like the best army you can go for when you're booming. If it's like a boom war versus boom war, monks are so easy to get into, and they're so valuable. Combine that with some siege to push buildings, you get a really nice push in. DauT's still fighting water. Takes a nice trade there. If you can get to the crossing, if DauT can control the crossing, that's his way back into the game, I would say. Mangonel getting in on some water action. It feels like it's good trade. Good trade for DauT into good trade for Andy. That's the water fight from the past 5 minutes. Andy going forward stable. He's got his monk siege push. He's gonna be going for some camels. Some cheap Byzantine camels on top of this push is nice. I feel like that's exactly what he needs. DauT's on some whack stuff right now. DauT's on some CA. Now going light cab. Okay, that's the way to go. Yeah, CA is pretty whack here. They die to monks so hard, I feel. If you get enough of them, you can beat monks, but they're kind of expensive, and if they get converted, it's just a nightmare to deal with them. Nice 1 for 0 for DauT on the mainland. Ooh, DauT bringing out some monks. Andy overstepping this one. Andy really overstepping this one. Oh, wow, wow. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. DauT is outplaying him so hard. But Andy turns it around. Andy turned it around nicely. That was crazy. I gotta rewatch this fight. It was so sick. Both players are controlling all kinds of units. DauT, though, with the final say on that camel. He's been converted 3 times already, by the way. Yep. Andy does enough to get through there. At first, DauT started off really nicely, but Andy did a good job to bring it back. And the push lives. The push lives. Andy's fighting for his winner stays on life right now, by the way. Oh, okay. Now gets a nice attack round. Picks that one up. And DauT's gonna go for a castle. DauT wants to clear this. He wants to get it all out of his face. That's a good castle. I like that one. No mangonels on the field for Andy. Only 1, actually. He sees the castle. This is what Andy sees right now. Andy sees everything. That Byzantine vision. You love to see it. This is it, guys. If Andy wants to continue fighting, he's gonna have to deny this castle, get as much damage as he can. If he does, he continues fighting in the series. He's gonna take 1 point. If DauT gets his castle up safely, ooh, couple bills dying. Yep, big shots. Pretty reasonable though. DauT didn't take a lot of damage. All right, DauT's still fighting in this one. He's going for that sweep. He's still going for that sweep. He really wants it, it seems. And that castle's going to push back this entire push, or at least force it to go a different direction. It's going to lock down a nice area. DauT dropping down some auto farms, but Andy's already up to the next step. Imperial Age coming in. And there's something that Byzantines have that I haven't talked about yet. It's the Dromans. The Dromans are so sick from the water. They are really, really strong. They are a unit that doesn't need chemistry to come in. So you can make it at the start of Imp for free. It does well against land units, and it does well against buildings. It even does well against ships. It's really just a well-rounded, overall good unit. And he gets conversion on the Mangonel. DauT's still having trouble with this small push from Andy. It's just dealing so much damage to him. Again, it all comes down to like cheap units from Byzantine. Cheap camels, cheap scrims, cheap pikes. Combine that with nice solid monks, it just makes for a really nice push. Second castle from DauT really wants to push everything back so he can focus on the next step for him in Imperial Age. DauT's going to pick up ballistics and look to get Imperial Age, but Andy seems to be just 1 step closer. DauT's going to have to stall 2.5 minutes. That seems like a really hard task. I like these 2 castles from Andy, by the way. It literally just says, I'm going to set up right here. Come get me. DauT's going to try to fight the water first. Interesting. He realizes that water is what he needs to contest right away. Because everything is kind of close to the water. Droman's already coming out. If DauT can get back into this game, it's going to be through the water. The problem is, Andy is right there. He's already got fast fire coming out. He does have that unique tech Greek fire if he wants to as well. Now, Dromans actually got nerfed not last patch, but the last thing that happened to them is they got a nerf. They don't deal as much damage to land units anymore. Yeah, they actually have very little damage output, but against land units. But if you get a couple of them, you can still kill villas quite easily. So that's gonna try to push back the water, but at the same time, he's getting pushed on land. And here's the thing: Andy doesn't have some big army on land, but he has just enough units to put pressure and. If these castles die, Andy will come. It's gonna come with a forward castle. Andy already has a castle here. He's mining a ton of stone back home, by the way. He's got 16 miners. There it is. He still has more stone as well that he can go for. Andy converted the market as well. Andy converted the market. That's actually kind of huge. And getting some raids down with the camels. I think Andy's got this one. The Droman's doing work from the back. Fast fires in front. And now heavy demos from Andy are on the field as well. And GG called. DauT calls the GG. Andy is back in the game. Can I get a GG in the chat from Andy right now? Or not from Andy, for Andy right now, because he is fighting in the series. He's not going to go down 4-0. Big props to him. A lot of players, I've spoken to a lot of players. A lot of players, they get in their own head. At 3-0, they just think, okay, it's over. Let's just get this over with. You know, whatever. I lost. But you only lost at 4-0, right? And Andy's not going to let it get there. It's going to be 3-1. He's still fighting into the series. He played a great game, start to finish. I was talking up DauT in the early game, right? I was talking up DauT, but really, these two fire ships controlling the crossing, it made DauT go for some really weird plays to try to get over this. Like, for example, sacrificing 3 scouts, as you're going to see right now, just to get the few archers over. This was just a great play from Andy. He controlled the entire map. Look at what DauT was doing here to try to get some archers across the map. And he lost all of his scouts, got the archers there. Andy was ready with the skirms. He easily cleaned it up. Just jump ahead, clears it up, pushes back, reclaims the middle, and uses that middle to launch a push after winning water. He's gonna hold it, then starts launching his own push with Monk and Siege, which lets him get across the map and secure the forward final position with the castles to win the game. Beautiful play from Andy. He's gonna take a point. This is game 5. We'll fast forward just a couple minutes while they get up to live speed. They didn't put any spectative delay, so they just hop right into it, basically. And we have Andy playing in orange as the Saracens, and his opponent going to be DauT playing in blue as the Bengalis. And we're going to take a look at the map, because, you know, Fortress is not something we see every day. Here we're going to see DauT with the Bengalis. I feel like that's really nice for Wratha production and booming. He actually loves Bengalis on this map a lot. But you start with stone walls, a few towers, a barracks, and you also start with a castle. And you also start with a few farms. So you get a really big head start on Fortress. It's not like Arena, where you just start with the stone walls. Here you have added protection and a castle. Which actually makes Fortress a little bit different than Arena in the sense that like unique unit civs get like more playtime. Booming is better on this map than on Arena. On Arena, if you boom, it's risky because you don't have a castle to defend yourself, so you can just die to a rush. Whereas here, even if you get pushed, like you have a castle, so like you're kind of fine most of the time. So a lot of people think this map is just Arena 2.0, but it's actually very different. Not only that, you don't have infinite wood like on Arena on the side. You have a good amount of wood to start, but then the rest of the game, you're going to have to be fighting for these woodlands on the side. I personally think Fortress is a very exciting map. I think it's a very good map. It is one of those maps that it's like more towards like booming in late game, true. But it's one of those maps where yes, there's booming, but the late game is very exciting. It's a lot about map control and there's a lot of fighting, a lot of raiding. I'm a huge fan. Right off the bat, we got some crazy stuff happening. Andy's going fast feudal age. 19 vills. Is there a way he uses the market to fast castle this? It looks like he's going for that. This is a crazy build. I have never seen anything like this. I, for the record, usually do what DauT's doing. 23 pop. 23 pop. Standard fast castle. And he's going 19 pop. That's ridiculous. Or 19 vills, rather. 20 pop. So 20 pop versus 23 pop. Is it gonna work? I mean, let's see. I'm all for this kind of weird stuff. He needs to sell stone, probably. Sells 100 stone, buys it? It actually works. That's crazy. That is a ridiculous build order. 19... He's already up to castle age. DauT hasn't hit feudal age. And he's up to castle age. That's ridiculous. That's so good. Now, ooh. Another weird thing. DauT goes stable. That's also something you don't see. Normally you just see like blacksmith market, but here we see stable. DauT might want to go for a couple scouts to control the relics. Okay. Doesn't want to go Wratha, wants to go scouts. Dude, we have 2 unorthodox things happening within 8 minutes on Fortress. This is some exciting Fortress gameplay right now. And like I said earlier, this map it really takes its time to cook. You know, both players like to boom. They'll fight for the relics a little bit. It really does take its time. But that's cool for me. I really like that because I think the early game maps like Arabia, sometimes stuff like Land Madness, it's nice to see the early fights. I really enjoy that. But I also like these late game strategic maps, and the more I play Age of Empires, the more I appreciate maps like this. And it's not just late game. It doesn't have to go late game. Sometimes early imp, there's people fighting, going forward castle, that kind of stuff. Monk pushes. A lot of crazy things. I want to see if DauT's going to make some scouts right away, or if he just made this stable for later. Could just be a late game stable. Not for scouts, just for like Bloodlines Husbandry later on. For the Ratha, for example. No, he's going to go for scouts. Okay. So he'll invest into at least one scout. Meanwhile, Andy's going to go Bowsaw, Force Caller, only one TC. Remember, he's going to go only one TC. He sold 100 stone. He doesn't even have a mining camp. All of this just to get the second TC faster. Wow. Interesting. I'm not sure if this is worth it. Like, I think the Bengali boom might just be better. Get the extra 4 vills? Yeah, I don't know. Now Andy's on 2 DC. It'll take him a while before he gets the third. DauT gonna go for the second? Where's the third? He also can't afford the third. Damn, okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing my Fortress games differently, but I'm usually just going 3 DC right away. I'm not sure what's happening with these guys. Bosaw not coming up. They seem to like the 2 TCs first. But again, Bengali will be up later than Saracens, but they get the 4 vills. So by the time DauT has the second TC up, he's actually still ahead 2 vills. Yeah, he's still ahead 2 vills over Andy. Or yeah, 1 vill. So yeah, in the end, it actually turns out pretty much even. Resources collected, more in favor of DauT. So I could say that Bengali so far are the better civ. But it's really close. Andy now goes for the third TC. DauT still needs some time. Regicide starts with less stone? That's exactly right. With the king, with Regicide, you start with 50 stone less. Atomic, exactly. So it makes it harder to get that third TC. But yeah, in this case, both players just going for 2 TC. So the reason why this is a bit weird is that, again, normally, from my experience of this map, you just go up the castle, you go 3 TC right away. I'm not used to this 2 TC into third one a bit later. DauT, I don't like that TC position. Isn't this bad? Like, if you get forward castle, this TC is the first to go. Wouldn't it be better to boom on this side? Yeah. Deleting these walls, booming here. I don't mean to backseat DauT real quick, but that TC is bad. That TC is definitely just bad. I don't see a single argument in favor of this TC. I mean, I see one argument. The argument is, I'm DauT that played this game for 20 years, and I'm too lazy to think of a better spot. You know, when playing, that's definitely a factor. I'm just chilling and this looks good, so might as well make it. But as far as like, actually going for a proper TC spot, I feel like Andy had it much better. That third TC tucked into the back. Andy getting gold mining upgrade. I like that a lot. Again, for the casual viewer here, all of this that I'm talking about doesn't matter. They're gonna boom and they'll make army in 20 minutes. That's what the casual viewer is seeing here. Just chill, have a good time. But there's a lot of viewers that are like more invested into the little details, myself included. Andy picked up gold mining upgrade, and he's gonna take a lot of gold here, and he's gonna use that in combination with the Saracen market to actually boom up a little bit more efficiently than without the gold mining upgrade. This is a very unique Saracen thing to go for, because normally the market prices are just not worth it, but with Saracens, they are very worth it. Instead of doing that, DauT, no 4th TC, will just go for the relics using a monastery instead. So he'll have less economy, but more relics that sets up the late game. That gives Andy more of a timing window where he's going to have more economy to maybe start a push. So I expect Andy to be the guy pushing in early imp, for sure. Just from seeing this, I know Andy wants to push early imp. Whereas DauT wants to pick up the relics and stall the game out as long as possible. I always feel weird, like I don't know how deep into the discussion to go into this, small stuff, but I think there's some viewers that enjoy it. And again, like I said, for the casual viewers that don't really care, just chill, have some Age of Empires on the second monitor, which is totally cool as well. you know, this kind of stuff might feel like a little too in depth, not the most worth thinking about. Now we see wheelbarrow for Andy. Not concerned about the relics at all. No monastery for him. And DauT, you can see the difference in approach here. DauT's just picking up the relics. He's camping them with the scouts. And again, all this is an investment, right? Like the stable instead of the blacksmith. All these monks that he's making. It's preventing him from going 4TC, but it's going to give him the relics. Now, just a little thing, right? If DauT knows he's going for the relics, and he knows that he's going to get pushed early, or at least there's a chance that Andy doesn't go for the relics, going for a 4TC and the relics in the front, if this gets pushed early imp and DauT loses this position, I will flame DauT. I will start launching personal attacks to him because he could have put it at the back and been safe. Just kidding. We're not going to do that, but, you know, we are going to criticize this. A healthy amount of criticism. No, Milky, don't turn off the PC. Oh my god, my cat was about to turn off the PC. She's done it before. I'm pretty sure she's done it. I was playing a game of League of Legends, and then the cat just came and turned it off. Turned off my PC. Not this cat, another one. They are dangerous, those things. And look at Andy. Andy is getting some Mamelukes out. Some late castle age aggression. Base cat. Dude, the cat saw me. She's like, what are you playing? Not Age of Empires? I'm closing the PC. It's not letting me get games of League in. That happened like a month or two ago. It's okay. Fine. DauT, ooh, with the faster imp. DauT with the faster imp. Interesting. So he is the guy that wants to attack instead of it being Andy. Interesting. Again, normally it's the guy that doesn't have the relics that has to push. Whereas the guy with the relics can just chill. Maybe because DauT didn't get the other 2 relics, he thinks, okay, I only have 3 relics, let's make a push happen. Might be the way to go. DauT's gonna go Arbalest with Bengalis. Okay. So this is the new story, guys. This is the new story. Again, there's a lot of decision making happening here. Instead of just chilling, DauT's gonna go for the guy. DauT's gonna be the guy going for the push. He's on 3 TC, not adding a 4th. Notice his build count, it's dropping already. Andy has, well, it's not dropping, it's just not rising that fast. Andy has 20 extra bills. Take a look at the rest collected. Andy's got more. The only thing that DauT has in his advantage here is a minute faster imp and potentially extra relics. But right now he only has 3 relics. If he doesn't get these 2, let's see if Andy gets those 2. He only has 1 extra relic. So DauT still wants to go for these relics ideally here. And DauT is going to be the guy going for the forward castle. Now, this is a new development. I did say Andy is likely the guy to be the guy pushing. But since DauT went for this 3TC stuff, he's not going to give Andy the chance to push him. He's going to be the guy that wants to go for the push himself. And it looks like Andy is going for Mamelukes. I don't know if he's going to commit to this long term, but it looks like it is a possibility he commits to that. The Arbalest from DauT. Notice, not Elephant Archers. I think Elephant Archers might die too hard to the Mamelukes. So instead, just going for potentially just an Arbalest opening. Play it safe, play it chill. Mamelukes running in. Oh. Oh. Mamelukes are strong, man. Mamelukes are definitely like somewhat underrated, by the way. I know they're like rated like very highly in team games, but they don't need the unique tech anymore. Like they're already 120 HP. It's so ridiculous. They're so strong. DauT has that forward castle now. Thing is, I don't know if this makes sense. I don't know if going for the push with Bengalis after taking relics actually makes sense. Because now we're just going forward, right? We're just going to sit here with the forward castle. And we're going to have Arbalest. Andy has... Looks like he wants to go Mamelukes, it seems. He only has 6. He has more vills, though. I mean, let's see. This could potentially be a very long game. So this is just the early parts of this potentially very long game. DauT, he is going to go for the relics. So wants to go for a mini push to protect those relics. So notice DauT wasn't stupid. You know, in hindsight, guys, look at DauT. He's not stupid. He's going for that forward TC, forward monastery. But it was part of the plan. He knew what he was doing. He's the guy that wants to go for the push anyway. So he doesn't get punished like I thought was a possibility. It's not going to happen. And you're bringing out a few trebuchets. Nothing else from Andy. He went chemistry, but nothing else. Maybe bombard cannons could hit the field. Chemistry's coming in 14 seconds, so I guess we'll wait for that. Few Mamelukes. He's still booming. He's just making bills. So Andy seems like he's got everything under control here. It doesn't look like he's worried at all. Gets Bodkinero, has some Mamelukes still causing some corruption in the land. Running around and raiding some vills. And bombard cannons coming out. Remember, Bengalis, no bombard cannons for them. So if it came down to a pure Treb war, Saracens would win every time. Bombard cannons making the difference there. Ballistics coming out now. Nice. Good bomber cannon shot there. Another good bomber cannon shot. DauT getting a little too close. A little too close for comfort there. And Andy's winning the Treb war like we talked about. That castle, DauT's repairing it. That castle is gone. Gotta put that beneath the ground. Skirmishers coming out now for Andy. Wants to just hold up. One thing I've realized. This is just an observation. This is not. I'm not like 100% sold onto this. It's up for debate. I realized a lot of the arena specialists, they love to go with just trash units as their army, and then they spend all their gold on siege and monk. I've noticed this trend. Now, it's not necessarily the same on fortress compared to arena. Arena, there's less space. But I have noticed this trend where like trash units seems to be what people like to open up. So I'm not surprised if Andy wants to go to skirm siege and just hold, and then later get to a power unit like Mamluk, for example. DauT's going in very deep here. Very, very deep. He's got to be careful, though, because there's a lot of Trebs that could get some nice shots on him. A lot of people don't know this, but Trebs, they one-hit like basically any unit in the game, right? Save like the elephant units. So they're actually really good at taking out armies. Like, just these Trebs firing, they're probably going to kill a few units here. I will say, though, DauT's doing a fantastic job of getting value with these Arbalests. He's even, like, microing them to get some nice kills on the skirms. The skirms are lacking armor upgrades. Could say that's a mistake from Andy, but I'm just seeing good plays from DauT so far. Nice. Good stuff from him. A ballistics coming in. Andy was lacking some crucial upgrades for his skirms. That castle on the hill, there's 4 Trebs. This could easily die. Herbal medicine's coming in now as well. Wow. And extra armor. He's really committed to the Skirm Mameluk composition. What's the follow-up from DauT? Looks like Lycav. Arbalest Lycav. This is super classic, by the way. Arbalest Lycav is the most classic composition on open maps. See it all the time on Arabia. Thing is, I'm more excited from the Skirm Mameluk comp. That sounds pretty damn fire. Skirms targeting the Arbalest, taking care of those. Being protected by the Mamelukes, the Lycav can engage. That seems like a really good comp. Nothing like masonry coming in after the castle on the hill dies. That's the best timing for masonry. And it feels like he's choking this one. Oh, all his gold's on the front. He only has this gold. Is he really choking this one? He's being forced to fight before he's ready. Mamluk's going a little too deep. The Arbalests are making short work of them. These are not elite Mamluk. Remember, they cannot fight Arbalest freely like that. Another castle on this hill for Andy. I don't know if he's panicking or he's tunnel visioning, but it could just be forced. He does have this only gold left for him right there. Does find some golden stone on the right side, though. Andy holding on, has a few Mamluks. He's doing okay. He's doing okay. It's not all lost yet. He needs the last armor, though. Skirms are so good with the last armor. Before that, they're still susceptible to Arbalest. The light caps coming out from DauT are proven to be problematic. Remember, Bengali with the light cap did deal extra damage to Skirms. So those guys are really strong. I feel like Andy's got the better composition, but he's just not fighting on his terms. He's fighting on DauT's terms right now, and it's hurting him. He's got to use the Skirms to target the Arbalest. Castle goes down. Remember, he does have masonry for this one. Where are the bombard cannons? We need to bring in a bomber cannon or two. We just have the trebs. Gonna leave it up to RNG here, basically. Whether we get a treb kill or not. So far, he's missing more than he's connecting with. It's looking rough for Andy, but I still have hope. I still have hope they can make it happen. It's just that it's an awkward comp to use. Mameluke Skirm. But it sounds so good. It sounds so good. He needs to keep his castle up. How many villas repairing? This is ridiculous. DauT's resources looking healthier behind this one. DauT running in with the light cab. These trebs are pretty exposed. All we have is a few Mamelukes, but Andy's winning the fight in the center. Andy's going in with the Mamelukes. There's 4 trebs up for grabs. Andy goes for a gate to protect the other 2 trebs. You cannot make this up. That's an amazing gate to keep those light cab away. He's got the Mamelukes behind it as well. He's holding the castle. Masonry came in so clutch. He's killing the Arbalest, and all of a sudden, DauT's early in push is dwindling. I am absolutely impressed by Andy's hold here. As soon as he got going with the Mamelukes, this is so sick. Mamelukes will kill the trebs. This is amazing to see. But I've got bad news for Andy. I'm not going to talk about it yet. Let's give Andy some victory here. Let's give Andy a little sweet taste of victory as he pushes all this back. He takes the score lead. But Andy, he's about to get a really nasty call. The call is DauT's got 4 relics with the 5th one on the way. DauT will have 5 relics. So this victory, it's nice. It tastes sweet, but it has a bad aftertaste. Because now Andy's got to push. And he's got limited gold to work with. He's got a little bit of gold here, a little bit of gold here, a little bit of stone. He could sell that. Finally, he's got full upgrades on his units. Actually, I say that, but still missing last armor upgrade. This is so crucial. Last armor on skirms is so crucial. Last attack is good for the Mamelukes too. Remember, Mameluke acts like a ranged unit. It's like, attack is good for it, you know? Increases DPS by quite a bit. These fights are not the most convincing on either side. They're kind of just trading. It's pretty even. But DauT is in full stall mode right now. He's using his light cab. He's just going to send them in. He'll lose all these light cab. If he kills both trebs, he's going to be happy with it. And you know what? There aren't that many Mamelukes that he can just kill the trebs and run. He might even go for one more. Yup. DauT's eating the trebs. DauT gets the score lead once again. Andy is known for his late game, guys. He's a deathmatch expert. But, not to give excuses for him or anything like that, he is playing on a pretty small laptop, according to him. So it might be hard to play in the late game on a laptop, especially when you're used to playing on a full screen, regular monitor. Yeah, 1 cannon, 3 trebs going there, and DauT is basically only investing light cap to snipe those things. Because Arbalests are kind of staying safe most of the time. Elite Mameluke, though. Andy's got everything he needs. Andy's got Elite Mameluke. Please, Andy, do I have to donate real money so you can get the last armor? Just get the upgrade. It's not that expensive. It's so important. Just pick that up. DauT to the castle on the left. This is ridiculous. The last armor is so crucial. How does winner stays on work? Basically, it's simple. The winner stays on next week and will play against a new challenger. The loser's out and gets $50. Armor, finally. Ring Archer armor coming in. W Andy, finally. Getting the last upgrade. That's going to help him so much. I think it really could turn the tide in these battles. All these Arbalests, the 30 mass that he's got. A nice shot, by the way, from the cannons. That was nuts. Yeah, these 30 Arbalests, their DPS is basically cut in half with this last armor. Big shots from Andy, though, with the cannons. That's 2 big shots back to back. DauT is selling this one. Castle on the right side from DauT as well. Ooh, very nice. That's going to control this wood. Is Andy short on wood? He got wood in the back? Nah, Andy's got wood. Andy's got wood. Yeah, Andy's got wood. He doesn't have to contest this. Andy can just run all this back. The Skirm Mameluke is looking real good. This Skirm Mameluke comp is looking real good. Thing is, Andy's out of gold officially. Officially out of gold. Take a look at how DauT played this. Let me just recap a little bit. He took the relics, went for early imp push. He spent a lot of his gold early imp. Then when DauT ran out of gold, his push got cleared up. He has 5 relics. So now DauT is playing a different game. He's not pushing anymore. Notice DauT slowed down on the push. He doesn't care about pushing. He cares about trading against Andy and trading gold for gold. Because gold for gold is good for DauT. Look at this. Few traps on the right. Sneak to kill, get a kill. If it doesn't work, just back up. Trade gold for gold. That's it. He doesn't care to push and end the game. Maybe he overstayed his welcome here though, because the Mamluks are coming in. But again, if DauT can kill a few of these Mamluks, that's really good. Oh, pathing. Oh, pathing. What was that? Can I get a replay on that one? I mean, take a look at that pathing. This is just fascinating. We gotta study this. Gotta put this clip in a museum. Take a look at this. Take a look. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need some guy to just organize traffic. Get these units to where they need to be. That cost Andy a couple Mamluks. But anyways, back to the frontier. Another push from DauT. Again, doesn't really care to really push this one. Just a couple trebs. He's got so much gold. If DauT loses a couple units, it's literally not a big deal. DauT's missing one key upgrade, though. I want to see him get the unique tech for Bengalis. Make their villagers take less pop space. DauT's going for this one. Again, gold for gold. He's sending the Arbalests. He's trading against the Mamelukes. He doesn't care if he loses the fight. He just wants to kill Mamelukes, guys. That's what it's about for DauT. He's going to kill Mamelukes, and he is selling for gold. That's all he's got. But this is solid now. This is solid. Andy might be gaining some momentum here. You know what I need from Andy? I know it's typical for me, but I need a Hussar switch right now. It's just tough because he doesn't have the most amount of those. 117. Normally you like to see around 140 for late games. But a Hussar switch is needed. Because you just got no gold anymore. You can't afford to be making Mamelukes. You need some form of melee unit. And I think Hussar is the way to go. Hussar is also going to be stronger than the light cav that Bengalis go for. So Hussar is the way for Andy here. But I don't know if you can make that transition. He might just try to go for one big push. Actually, he has a few trebs. What Andy could do is you can just spend all your gold and go for one big push and hope to snowball DauT. Because if you think about it, like army-wise, Andy's army is much better. Bomber Cannon Skirm to deal with Arbalest, and then you got the Mameluke to kill all the light cav. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But if we do this, it's a one-way ticket, guys. Yeah, Andy's going for this. It's a one-way ticket. If Andy loses this push, if he doesn't gain the momentum he needs, he will lose. DauT's got 5 relics. DauT, in theory, could, take his time with this. Then again, DauT doesn't have a lot of gold in the bank, yeah? So even the 5 relics, it might not pay off in time. Take a look. DauT, again, he's just playing what he has to do. He knows he's got to snipe Mamelukes. He's sniping the Mamelukes. So it looks like DauT lost the fight and lost the castle, but I don't see any Mamelukes. Where are the Mamelukes from Andy? I gotta look under my table because there are 0 Mamelukes on my screen right now. And it's just gonna be light cap skirm. I'm not too impressed. The push is still live, though. Push is still live. Two more Mamelukes joining. Andy got his Vil count up, getting more farms. Auto farming. Okay, nice. Look at the auto farms. They all look the same. Everyone's farms look the same now. Everyone just abusing auto farms shamelessly. I don't blame him. I do the same. Auto farming is here and it's taken over, guys. Somehow, we got a few more Mamelukes on the field for Andy. These guys are expensive, but he's back up to 9. And it actually feels like DauT's the guy out of gold units. He only has a dozen Arbalests on the field now. He's at 160 pop. Dude, I feel like this push is gaining momentum. Also, Andy sold out the skirms. Oh no, he's making more. Okay. I thought he just stopped making skirms. In theory, the best comp, you know what it is? In theory, the best setup is Mameluke plus Hussar. But if you can't get there, the skirms are necessary. That's back up the numbers, though. That's back up to 35. Thing is, the longer this goes, the better for DauT. Wow, what? Look at this hole. Look at this hole. This is like Shelob's lair, bro. It's a secret passage in. Look at that. It's just meant for Lightcap to come in. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy for real. Big fight in the middle, though. Yeah. That was crazy. Skirm's in the center, still fighting. And Mameluke's in the back. It's like both players are doing the right call, the right things. But it's just Andy's on more of a timer than DauT here. These Mamelukes are costing him a lot. Arbalest, they're basically frontline. These Arbalest, no fear in them whatsoever. Oh. Dude, I still can't tell who's gonna win this. I still can't tell. My brain is telling me DauT's got this one. Because I think 5 relics, if Andy wasn't able to break it from all this, I don't know if Andy's gonna be able to break it going forward. It's getting harder and harder for Andy. I think he needs Hussar. Yup. My heart tells me Hussar can do it. My brain tells me DauT's got the 5 relics, but my heart tells me if you can't get Hussar on the field, it can go crazy. And honestly, Andy still has more pop. He's going for it. Wait. Hold the phone. DauT's got no gold. Andy's pushing in. Wait, this could be the snowball he's looking for. A few more Mamelukes. Come on, the skirm's got to get in there. You just got to sit on the production. If you can sit on the production, then it could be really good. And remember, the monastery's on the front. Wait. Andy has this one. Oh my goodness. This is why I don't listen to my brain ever. Andy is 200 pop. DauT's at 150. I don't listen to my brain. Auto farm. Andy, can we see Hussar upgrade? I know it's a big ask. I know. Just for me, my brother. Just for me. But Andy, come on. Make the push happen. He's sitting here. He's sitting here like he's got no stress in the world. We're actually under a lot of stress because these 5 relics are ticking. DauT has the passive income, Andy. Come on. Oh, but the raids are coming in. Ooh, those raids could really hurt. You Lightcap sneaking into the base? Those 5 Lightcap? Yeah, they're going to get right into the back of this one. And there's a lot of exposed vills. There's fires everywhere in DauT's base right now. Andy's got a sneaky trap on the left. But Andy took a little bit too much time. And DauT stockpiled into his production buildings. And now he's bringing out the Lightcap. This is so interesting. Where's the Hussar upgrade, though? The Hussar upgrade would be huge for Andy. It lets him win fights Hussar on Lightcap. That's huge. The ability to win fights on just trash units is really important for him. Especially going into a late game where he's got no gold. Yeah, guys, Saracen have the market, but the market is really not good. Andy's selling 200 food for 38 gold. That is not a good exchange rate. This castle's down. This whole operation from DauT completely neutralized. Oh boy. I still can't tell who's gonna win. 200 pop from Andy. DauT's at 150. But DauT's back to Arbalest numbers. The raids at the back have been dealt with. And he's back to Arbalest Lightcap. I don't know if Andy's winning this. It's really close. It's really close. Some of the chat said Andy won, it's evident. I am not sure, man. I am not sure. Like, you could be right. Oh, this is a big fight. This is in favor of Andy. This fight's big time in favor of Andy. This is the time to pick up Hussar. Andy's eating in the center right now. DauT's down to 125. DauT is down to 125 pop. Getting more stables at the back. This is smart. This is smart. Those stables are not helping you anymore. They're being camped by Andy. Andy's now bringing in the siege. I think Andy's got this one. I'm going to go with the chatter. It's evident. Andy's got this one. Light cap going to the back. That's huge. I don't want to call it too early, but DauT's at 120 pop. Capram's coming in now. It's going to be real hard to hold this. I don't care if you got 5 relics or not. The late game from Andy is solid. And it feels like Andy has just enough gold to continue going. You know what I mean? He's got just enough gold to get like a Treb out, 10 Mamelukes, and just chill. Those light cap are just going to hit different right now. Those light cap are going to hit different. DauT might be dead here. DauT might be dead here. We were doubting Andy. We were saying it's going to be 4-0. Then we said, you know what? He's still in it. It's 1-3. It's about to be 2-3. And he's got the raids here. Andy's doing it. Andy is doing it. The Rams are coming out. Don't doubt Andy. That's right. D-Jam's coming in. Yeah, Andy, stop hitting the buildings, man. And stop it. Get into the main events right here. He's really just taking his time. I'd go for the monastery right away. Get those precious, juicy relics out. Oh, GG's called. DauT drops below 100 pop, calls the GG. Andy is doing it. Let's get some GG's in the chat once again for Andy. I am impressed. He started out slow. DauT came out with a bang. That goes 3-0, and now we got 2 games back for Andy. And honestly, this game in particular, guys, this game was solid. This game was actually solid. I really, really enjoyed this one. Again, I was telling you guys at the start of the set. Start of this game. This game is really interesting in late game. I love this map. It's not like Arena. It's not like Arena where there's no space. Here, there's raids. You have to fight for woodlines. I think it's much more interesting in a late game than Arena, for example. And again, Arena, it's a lot about the early pushes, whereas here we saw DauT go for the early push, but then Andy simply expanded. Andy went out to the right side. He kind of choked it a little bit around here. But he somehow stabilized, got some extra gold and held. I mean, let's take a look at that moment. If we can go back. Yeah, this early push. Andy was kind of choking it. I was thinking how he was forcing fights. He didn't have the armor upgrade on the skirms. He was panic dropping a castle, but he just managed to hold it. Take a look at this. This is exactly the play. He holds the position. He gets a beautiful gate here to protect those Trebs, and then has the Mamluks in the center and wins the fight. And this was so massive. This was so massive. Jump ahead. Fight is cleared. Andy holds the hill. And then obviously 20 minutes later, we have finally Andy starts pushing in, taking some good fights. And then by the end of the game, DauT just had nothing. Everything was wide open. The raids were coming in. And Andy takes the game here. Let's take a look at resources collected, specifically the gold and the relics. Going to the economy. Gold collected, much more for DauT. He's got an extra 5k. And that 5k came straight from the relics. That passive income is strong. 5k extra gold, but Andy grinded it down. So guys, welcome into game 6. And we can do it exactly like them, Copium. Well, it won't be as good, but maybe it could be better, eh? Maybe you see something, yeah, Andy, you know, good strat, but I can do it better. Maybe you see DauT, you know, micro could be better. Then you hop in, then you lose, rinse, repeat. And that's such a relatable feeling, by the way. How many of you guys watch a pro player, think you can copy the strat and do exactly like them, hop into a game and get destroyed? I do the same thing in other games. That's a very relatable feeling. I think everyone does that. It happens to everyone. It's not a shame. It's not a shame. All right, guys. Game 6. All discussion aside. Game 6 here, we got Pacific Islands. We got DauT playing in blue as the Japanese. Andy playing in orange as the Dravidians. Just for some context, guys. We have seen this matchup in Warlords multiple times. Or this map, right? Dravidians pretty much won every single time. I don't think I've seen Dravidians lose on this map, okay? This is why I was telling Viper a few months ago. Viper was telling me how Dravidians are a bad civ, how the Yorumi swordsmen were useless. I was like, Viper, what are you talking about? Dravidians are excellent on water maps. They're, you know, very well rounded. Again, Viper, I don't know what he was saying. He was really convinced that the Dravidians were useless. But again, Dravidians on water maps, very solid. Both players will go for a dock. They also start with a transport ship each. They have a good, or yeah, exactly. They have a good FC Arumi on Arabia as well. Nothing wrong with that strat. Yeah, again, Viper's just yet to see it, but he'll come around. He'll come around. Ooh, Andy went dock first, by the way, and then we'll go with the lumber camp. Dock first is always interesting. Lets you get ahead. You know, let's get the fishing ship earlier. I think DauT might have done the same. No, DauT went lumber camp first. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, we got a little scout war here. Okay. Okay, the better player always wins this. Never mind. Boo! Fight it to the death! You can't just run away. I was just getting invested. Alright. Just one-on-one. This map can be a bit slow to start. I mean, we should take a look at the map a little bit. There's basically 2 islands in the center that they want to fight for. And they will fight for. Because on their starting island, there's not a lot of resources. You got 1 gold, 1 stone, a little bit of wood. But that runs out rather quickly. You gotta get out to the outside. Middle island, you can see already Andy there with 2 villas for some reason. Oh, he's already clicked up to feudal. How did he get up? 17 villas? Dude, what are these Andy builders? Honestly, this guy's a savage. Before every tournament, I need to just analyze Andy build. This is ridiculous. That's so good. I played this map and I was doing like 19 villas. He's doing 17. That's ridiculous. Andy's going to be eating some deer and then using that. Look at these guys. They've got 16 food. But for those who don't know, if you make another production building, like a lumber camp, even if you're carrying food, you drop it off. And it's blessed. It's a really good way to manipulate your early game. Alright, and I have a second dock from Andy. Will he go galleys? Yep, galleys for him. Okay. So fast up galleys. He was getting housed. He needs to get the dock down. Yeah. The dock acts as a house for Dravidians. There we go. And DauT loses the scout fight in the end, but this time Andy was in feudal age, so it was not a fair fight. DauT will also go with the barracks. Interesting. I mean, he is Japanese. He might go for like men-at-arms or something. Maybe infantry. A couple militia, a couple spears, something like that could be decent. And DauT, what are you going to go for with this 5-vil transport? Transport the other side. Interesting. He wants to be on both islands. Now, strategically on this map, you can basically do anything. Like, for example, DauT can take 5 vils, go around the outside, and just land Andy if you wanted to. Like, you could do so many things. And in this case, we see DauT landing both islands at 5 vils each. Is it good? I have no idea. It's I guess, something. We'll wait and see and decide if it's going to be good later on, I suppose. It's a really hard map to play as well. As chaotic as it looks for us, it's even twice as chaotic for the players. This is interesting, though. DauT is not making a single unit on water. He's not making a single fire. He's just chilling, okay? Meanwhile, he's going to go over the range, and it looks like some land pressure. Andy scout goes down. That's not the end of the world, though. Andy already ahead in this game of decision-making. He already has a tower here. Not even concerned of even a little bit about DauT's pressure. Makes a tower and doesn't even think about it here. Which is nice to see. That's a weird place to fight a jaguar. He just went under Andy's tower to one-on-one this jag. That's pretty savage. Meanwhile, Andy chasing away DauT's transport. Does he know about it? Yeah, he knows about it now. He's gonna snipe that guy. That's gonna be annoying for DauT. Minus 100 wood, basically. Andy's gonna go for a mill. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty even game, but I like what Andy's doing more. I think the water control of the galleys is going to do more than what DauT's doing on land. Hit this galley. Yup. Free archer. Free archer. That's 70 res. A lot of people don't think about it. That's 70 res down the drain for free. That's like basically the entire Lithuanian bonus. Just down the drain. That's Japanese say 50 res on every lumber camp. He just wasted one of those. Because he lost a unit. It's kind of a dark way. Kind of it's a negative way to look at it, you know, but sometimes it's good to be a little negative. Gotta mark it down as well from DauT. 2 more farms. His fish is still alive though, so as far as I'm concerned, DauT hasn't really lost water yet. He lost the transport, but aside from that, not much. Yeah, but chat, it's obviously not GG, you know. We can recover from 1 archer down. But I like, that's a little overly negative there, but you guys get the idea, I guess. This tower has been so nice. Okay, that's GG. That's 2 archers. I can deal with 1, but 2 is too much. Meanwhile, some fights on the water as well. Fire galley onto galley. Okay, that's GG. We lost the galley. God, it's just GG. I don't know who's gonna win, but it's GG already. More galleys from Andy sniping some fish. Ooh, fire galley coming up from the back there from DauT. I really hope we see a game 7 here. DauT's about to get up to Castle Edge though. How did he manage that? I think it comes down to this. Sending 5 of those early here to hunt for free undisturbed is really nice. Sorry, but what tourney is this? This is Winter Stays On, guys. It's in the title. It's a weekly event I'm hosting. If you're just coming in, welcome. We're gonna do giveaways at the end of the stream as well. DLCs for free, GG. DLCs for free, base game for free. We're just growing the community slowly for the viewers and giving the top 100 players a chance to fight for some prize money, put on a show for us, make a name for themselves. Obviously, these 2 players in particular, they already have a name established though. Couple fires from DauT. Basically, what DauT's doing with these fires, he's like poking around, hitting and running, buying time. He needs to wait till Castle Age, and Castle Age, those guys get way better. Look, he's trying to hide them. It's so smart. It's so smart. He literally just... This is what DauT sees. He doesn't know Andy's there, but he's playing like he knows exactly where Andy is. It's crazy. He's just going to hide them till Castle, probably. Or he might come around later. Two more fire galleys coming in. Again, DauT's not looking for a straight-up confrontation. In a straight-up fight, Andy will win. But if you just hit and run with the fires, that's where your advantage comes from. DauT has a few random houses, still taking some hunt on this island. Taking wood on this island. Oh, what happened there? I missed it. Was there... Oh, a transport went down, okay. So Andy lost his transport. Oh, that's pretty big. Andy losing a transport is pretty huge. Andy's getting a dock denied. Okay. DauT's doing some work. Yeah, Andy's just stuck chasing rogue fire ships too with his massive galleys. Here's the thing about galley versus fire galley, right? Like, as the galley player, you win every fight, but the fire galley player can just run around and force your entire massive galleys to chase. Because if you chase one galley versus one fire, the fire turns around and slaps you across the face, right? So you need to chase with all of your galleys to kill one fire. So it's like you win fights, but you're like over-investing into small wins. And DauT just gets the castle safely, and now fire ships destroy galleys until the war galley upgrade comes in, or Bodkin era comes in. So now the dynamic is about to shift. Look at that, 2 seconds, 1 second. Now the dynamic shifts. Now these fire ships are really strong. Obviously, you can't just 1v10, but if you bring in a few more, you can do some work. Andy's going to go for some fire galleys himself now, try to neutralize this. Galleys are now kind of getting power crept a little bit. Ooh, meanwhile, on the land, hold on. There's a night push from DauT, night siege push. He is really pressuring Andy on land. Andy has no idea this is coming, by the way. All he sees is a couple knights. He wants to get this TC up. He's got big hopes and dreams. But DauT is coming in with monks and siege, and all of a sudden, Andy's forced to micro in water, whereas DauT is just focusing on the land and just patrolling his fire ships. This game is a lot harder for Andy to play now. This could be rough. This could be rough. Oh. Oh. Oh no! It's gonna get denied! He's gonna build it. He's gonna build it. Spam that. Spam that. Spam that. 98%. Oh no. Oh brother, that is really, really bad. The transport ship is not there anymore. Andy, delete the town center. It's 2 HP. Delete it. I don't think he deleted it. Did he? Oh man. Meanwhile, though, a nice demo. Nice demo. Siege Workshop comes up for Andy. Andy can just move. Andy could just go to the left and just start a new life here. DauT seems to be well practiced on Pacific Islands. 3 vills down. Yep. DauT seems to be very well practiced on Pacific Islands. Monk comes out, just goes down. Oh, this is looking... It's going from bad to worse, guys. 32 vills from Andy. Behind this, DauT, he's still on 1 town center, but he's got an undisturbed economy. He's on all 3 islands, basically. His initial one safe. Right side, he's pushing it safe. Left side, it's just him. Been hunting forever, man. I'd want to be one of those vills, honestly. Such a chill job. And I said it at the beginning. You can go back on the video and check it out. I said Dravidians are just not that good on this map. Andy still has water control, though. Andy still has water control. It's got to count for something. Monk almost turned into that. Oh, that monk is playing with fire. Oh, okay, fancy feats. Andy's just having fun here. Andy's just having a good time. This could be so funny. If the Magneto comes in and kills DauT. Oh my god, that could be so funny. Both monks surviving. DauT's taking a nice little Magneto shot, though. Yeah. Andy comes out on top there. Meanwhile, though, water looking still kind of even, being contested. It's hard to say if Andy still has a chance. Like, the numbers are not looking hot on his end. 36 vills and all that. But then again, the map can be so messy that, like, you never know. He could go for a crazy forward castle here and make something nuts happen. Magneto trades are going to be important for Andy here. Nice, gets that 1 for 0. It's really important he gets Magneto trades because that's going to be his only hope to go forward for a castle. And that's exactly what he's going to go for. It's like undoubtedly. Transport coming out now from Andy. He's waiting to send some vills over. Most likely 10 vills. 10 vills, go over and drop a castle here. That's what he's planning. Thing is, though, I think he needs like a couple scorpions or something. Gonna go with the town center with 1 vill. Okay. DauT is planning a Magneto. Ooh, Andy's 1 disaster away from resigning, though. It's 1 disaster. That's all he's got. And Lightcav is coming out for DauT. This is exactly the disaster I'm talking about. 3 monks exposed. Magneto goes down, and that's a disaster. Andy needs 2 conversions here. Gets 0. Oh, I just face bombed. GG. That was terrible. I told you it's 1 disaster away. That was mega disaster. Mega disaster for Andy. GG's called. And a somewhat anticlimactic end there to an amazing series. Guys, let's get a GG well played in the chat, in the YouTube comments for DauT and Andy. Great showing. A 4-2 is solid. Andy definitely earned the $50. DauT definitely earned his spot in the next match, in the next week's Winner Stays On. DauT's going to be the current champion. Andy was a one-time champion and then gets taken out by DauT. 4-2 is going to be the final score here. And honestly, it was a great series. So just for those keeping track, that's going to be $150 going to Andy, $100 for his first week's victory, and 50 for his second week's defeat. DauT, with a 4-2 today, he's going to be the next week champion, and we are going to do something very fun right now. We're going to pick the next challenger to go up against DauT, and this is how we're going to do it here real quick. We got a nice little chart here. It's got all of our contestants. Now, we got big names. We got Hart, for example. We got Vinchester. We got Tato. We got Nikov, Classic Pro Dark. These are big names in the top 100. This is how it works. So we're going to go ahead and random select an RNG from 1 to 36. There are a few people in here that already played. If you already played in Winner Stays On, you will not count, okay? You will not participate. If you're not top 100 on the rank ladder, you cannot participate as well, all right? So that's how we're going to do things here real quick. I'm going to set up an RNG. Sorry, right here. RNG 136. All right, so this is how we're going to do it. Right here. So the first one doesn't count, just to show you guys it works. So minimum 1, max 36. Doesn't count. The next one will be the challenger next week versus DauT. Let's go ahead and check it out. Run that up to Kapoch. He already played. It can't happen. Next one. 29. Stone, please, from Germany. Let's check if he's in the top 100. Stone, please, from Germany. Let's take a look. I'm going to check the leaderboard real quick. We're looking for a Stone, please, here. I'm looking. You got to be in the top 100 right now. I don't see a Stone, please. Oh, number 54. Stone, please, is in the top 100. Might even be close to the top 50. That is going to be the opponent for DauT next week on Winner Stays On. But just in case he doesn't show up, let's go ahead and roll another one. Husiel will be the backup. Husiel, I believe, is in the top 100. Husiel will be the backup. In case Stone, please, can't make it. So next week we'll have DauT versus Stone, please. I want to just end this YouTube video, guys. Thank you so much for watching on the GL YouTube channel. For those watching on Twitch, if you guys missed any of the action, you want to check it out, or if you guys just want to see top tier AoE2 content, check out the AoE2 YouTube channel that GL has on YouTube. Make sure to go subscribe there. Go say what's up. Go like the videos to help boost them and grow the channel there. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.